Hi YouTube, how are you? Welcome to my newest psychic reading video on Justin Trudeau. Many of you have asked me to do him, no pun intended. And here I am, here to do a reading on Justin Trudeau. He is very handsome though, isn't he? There's something about Canadian men as an American gay man that I find very handsome for some reason. I don't know. Not all right. But a bit of them. Please excuse me about any background noise. I do have my window open. It's a nice day here in Virginia. But I wanted to say this is part one of my reading on Justin Trudeau, and we can kind of make his picture a bit smaller actually. This is my reading on Justin Trudeau. Alright, in part one. In part two, we will be doing a reading on the entirety of Canada. One of my favorite places on earth I haven't been to yet. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. And I actually do have quite a few Canadian clients, Canadian people I know, people that live in Canada, people I admire who are Canadian. So, I was like, I finally have time in between. Y'all know I have a lot going on behind the scenes. Clients, readings, personal readings. And I just made a new YouTube channel, you guys. I made a second YouTube channel. We'll talk about that in a quick second. But this is about Justin Trudeau in part one. In part two, if you want to see part two, click the join button on my YouTube channel where you can become a member of my YouTube channel and have access to that content. And in order to see the join button, you may have to get on a computer, you may have to get on a certain phone or iPad, laptop, whatever it is you need to do. Once you see that join button, you click it's here, and you become a member, and then you have access to part two. Remember, part one, we're going to be focusing on Justin Trudeau. Part two, we're going to be doing a reading on the entirety of Canada. So, if you're new to my channel, I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. If you would be interested in getting a reading from me, definitely check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I am available for readings, classes, candles, jewelry, and more, and I would love to read for you. Scroll down and you can view all of the reviews from people who have verified purchase readings from me, but also you can scroll down at the very end and follow me on my Instagram and Facebook. If you would like a read, also follow me on my Twitch where I do monthly horoscope readings. Of course, subscribe to my YouTube, become a member of my Patreon where I do exclusive content just for Patreon, and also check out my Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor, and more. Go to the store section of my website. This is where you will see all of the rate, services, and products I do offer. As you can see, I do birth chart readings, both compatibility birth chart readings and individual birth chart readings. I do make jewelry, high quality jewelry, jewelry that's also very accessible at the same time as well. So there's something for everyone. I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your spirit guides and ancestors and deities. I do past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives. I do all different types of psychic tarot readings. I do one-on-one phone psychic tarot readings, video recorded psychic tarot readings, email psychic tarot readings. I do astrology classes if you want to learn about astrology. I do dream interpretations if you have a weird dream and you're like, what does this mean? Lamarr, what does this dream mean? I can help you with that. Also, I do tarot classes if you'd be interested in that. I do candles. I do, I sell washcloths, satin washcloths, and black soap. So I have a lot going on my website. Also, once again, check out my second channel here on YouTube. It's called Lamarr Does Life. It is my, I guess you could say, vlogging channel or my cooking channel, my lifestyle channel. It's basically my channel that's not just focused on spirituality. Of course, there's a spiritual element to it because that's just who I am, but it's more so lifestyle, my day-to-day life and, cooking recipes and showing you around my kitchen and my apartment and my collections that I have and, maybe vlogging every now and then. You never know what you're going to get on this channel, but it's more fun, it's more lighthearted, it's more uplifted, of course, that's every video I do for the most part, right? And I do a lot of DIYs too. I just posted a video about how to, if you've been suffering with congestion or postnasal drip or sinusitis, which I have been lately, how I healed it and have been healing it and working on it has been this tea I made, this homemade medicinal tea. So I show you how to make the tea and all those different types of things. So subscribe to my channel, Lamarr Does Life. And if you want a reading, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Let's go ahead and get into the reading on Justin Trudeau finally. Let's see what's coming up for Justin Trudeau. Make sure you guys like the video, share, subscribe. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck when you pass reading. Amen, amen, amen. If you hear any background noise, it might be either the window or my cat eating. I just gave him his wet food for the day. What is coming up for Justin Trudeau? What things can we expect for the current Prime Minister of Canada? What's coming up for Justin Trudeau? What things can we expect, Spirit, Angels, Ancestors, Protectors, God, about Justin Trudeau? What's coming up for him moving forward? I feel like I want my rose quartz crystal. Alright, it's a rose quartz crystal. I don't know why I was like, I feel like I want it here. Maybe I need that loving energy. Alright, just the last shuffle. What's coming up for Justin Trudeau? Make sure you guys like the video. The first card I get is the Fool card for Justin Trudeau, showing up in his placement of self-image, but also how the people see him. So there's something where he's, right now as we speak, and maybe it's been this way for the past year, month, week, or could continue for the next year, month, week. There's this energy of him changing, evolving, making decisions. It's almost like maybe in the past he said he would never do or could see himself doing, but there's also something about the world changing, Canada changing possibly, where there's a need to accommodate this new era, this new world that we're in, and be a bit flexible. But I feel like it is at the cost of him. I guess we could say yes, losing support from his followers, his confidants, the people that believe in him. But it feels more so questioning him, questioning his motives. Like, it's almost like, okay, we trust you, but why are you doing this again? What's your motive? What's the intention? What's really going on here? And it's like he's trying to figure out, like, what he's doing, why he's doing it, and things of this nature. All right? I get the Wheel of Fortune showing up in the placement of money, finances, and personal belongings. So this could definitely mean that he is very focused on the economy of Canada, and the movement forward of the economy in Canada. And as I say that, I see wheels churning. So it's about moving, getting things running, up and running. Wheels churning could also signify commuting, traveling, public transport even. That could be involved somehow in the intertwining of the Canadian economy. Once again, I'm an American citizen, so I know nothing about this man, really. I know nothing really about Canada except for the shows I watch, so, and they're not even serious shows, they're reality shows, so, but this is the energy I'm getting. Definitely something about banking, definitely something about, I literally just heard warehousing. I'm wondering if there's also something about arson or unexpected arson, unexpected, like, damage to a property, and almost like in retaliation. I'm wondering if there's a job shift going in Canada. My Canadian followers, let me know in the comment section below what's going on with the job economy in Canada right now, job employment. Get the Seven of Pentacles. So even though he may make wonky decisions, I guess you could say sometimes, that makes you go, huh? There is something at the same time where he does, at least in his own mind, think that he has a pulse on what the Canadian people, and what the Canadian people need. But there's also something about also being conscious of other countries, or how One appears to other countries, and when I say one, I could mean Canada itself and or Justin Trudeau. Like, I think there's something where, he believes in Canada and the essence of Canada, but there's also something where he's a little bit, it gives me kind of Leo energy, or like Libra, where he's like, I want everyone to get along, but at the end of the day, I want to be liked. I want to be seen as competent. I want to be seen as this way. So he can be very much actually in his head. Maybe a lot, worries a lot about what, is he making the right decision? Is he not making the right decision? When at the end of the day, he needs to make the best decision that he sees fit for his people. Alright, so it's very interesting. I feel like something family lineage with him too, but he's come, like, it's almost like he's from a different stock. You know how, like, there's a strong family lineage, old money, prime ministers, presidents, whatever you want to call it. And, there's a certain tradition, that follows with each and every member. But then there's that one member, almost like a John F. Kennedy, that's just a bit different, a bit seemingly from a different stock in their beliefs and their approach. I feel like I'm not comparing Justin Trudeau to John F. Kennedy. That's not what I'm doing, alright? But what I'm saying is he has a little bit of that essence in him, Justin Trudeau. Where he's just a little bit different. He's a little bit more unique, I feel. I don't know his zodiac sign once again, but I do get a King of Cups showing up in his placement up. This could be him, emotions, or family, the home. This would be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Man or masculine energy. Could be a close confidant. Could be, once again, a family member. Kind of feeling dad energy, almost like someone he has to live up to. Something he has to live up to. Something like that. But this could also be him being very emotional, being once again very much in his head. If you can see, the King of Cups is below water with the ship above his head right here. So he's also got to be careful of like procrastination or letting time pass by. He can be prone to daydreaming, or it's like, he's so much in his head and so much worrying that he doesn't realize 3 hours have passed by, kind of thing. I get the Knight of Wands showing up in his placement of vitality, dealing with the public, creativity, self-expression. He may not be the best at expressing himself. He may be someone that trips over his feet sometimes, trips over his words, or puts his foot in his mouth. Or he could have some sort of, a moment of like this coming up in the near future, probably within 5 weeks, 5 months. Definitely by July, August. Alright. A foot in the mouth moment. And I get this energy with him where it's like, I want to be of the people. I want to also be of the world, of the country, of like, he puts so much pressure on himself that he ends up like making the decision he thinks is the right decision. And then once he realizes it's the wrong decision and the people get upset, he's like, freak, like, screw all of you kind of thing. Like, he just gets, it's like, oh, like, I thought I made the right decision. Screw all of you. He's like, I don't know why I get that kind of energy. I get the Five of Pentacles showing up in the placement of work, job, and health. So I'm wondering, once again, is there something going on? I know, everyone says Canadian healthcare is great, but is there something going on, shifting in the healthcare? Are there long wait times? Are people getting turned away? Or is this going to be happening, God forbid, knock on wood, within the next 6 weeks, 6 months, or by late August, September? Alright. Is there going to be something with work? Once again, job opportunities, job hours in Canada? What's going on with that? Let me know in the comments below. I get the Nine of Cups showing up in one-on-one relationships, business partnerships. He does have his loyal supporters, but it's a self-servicing. It's almost like a Trump kind of vibe. It's like, I support you because, you give me tax breaks, allegedly, kind of thing. Like, or, your administration promotes this kind of thing. Like, that's what I get. But he's kind of feeling like, is it a losing war? I feel like he's going to lose less and less support as the months go by. 8 weeks, 8 months into the year, by October, November. There could be something with the economy as well. Or with the Canadian economy, jobs, something like that. Support, though, for Trudeau, and, it seems like maybe Canada overall does come from outside sources. All right. There is something about Canada having strong relationships with outside sources that I don't want to say keeps it afloat, but like sustains it in some way. There's a little bit of a reliance on it, and it could be vice versa, as well. In the end, I think things will get better with Canada. I do think there's going to be something about certain careers rising out of the ranks. So don't be surprised about that, where if there's a shift in maybe, the usual careers that were sustainable were just doctors, engineers, and so on and so forth. But there could be a rise in like cybersecurity. There could be a rise in unexpected careers in some way, shape, or form in terms of Canada. I think as a country, as a unit, as a collective, Canada is going to remain strong. There is a unit, like we're together no matter how different we are, kind of vibe that comes from the cards, for the sake of our country, and not in a selfish way, not my country, our country, in my country, like that American vibe can give off, allegedly. The last card I get is the Four of Swords. So I think he must have some Libra energy, because there is this energy of like wanting to be liked, not feel not. He doesn't do well with being extremely disliked. So when the public is really trashing him, or when the public is really going after his wig, it's like those are his lowest moments energetically and spiritually, and just feeling about himself. So he's someone that is like on a little bit on the pulse of the people, it feels like, but at the same time there is a little bit of self-serving lineage, status thing that goes on with Justin Trudeau as well. But in terms of his decision making, I mean, he definitely could have some personal problems. He could make some decisions that are a little wonky, but overall, I see him recovering. All right, so that's what I see for Justin Trudeau. I'm going to go ahead and get into part 2, where we focus just solely on Canada. If you want to see part 2, remember, become a member of my YouTube channel. Thank you all for listening and watching. Thank you, Rose Quartz, for being here. And I will see you in the next video. I will see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I'll see you soon. And make sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel. The link will be in the description box below, as well as the comment section below. Love and light. God bless.